Rad sauce, rad sauce, rad sauce. In a can. Hi, everybody. So I asked a bunch of you, like I said, on Monday for different ideas for things to do, and someone said Wisdom Wednesday, and I was like, I don't really want to call it that. A few people said it, and then I was like, all right, fine. Basically, it's like a Q&A day. So what I did was I asked a bunch of you for questions that I could answer in this video, and really I was only going to answer one and kind of like delve deeply into it. Deeper. I got so many that were nice that I want to try and answer as many as I can. First question. Olivia Janine asked, how do I keep calm when my buttons are being pushed constantly? I was thinking about the answer to this, and it's kind of a funny visual. If you had buttons all over your body, if you're just like covered in buttons and people were walking around pushing them, and this idea of taking all your buttons off, loosen my buttons, babe. And if you don't have any buttons, then nobody can push them. Your buttons are constructed by your head. You came up with your buttons. There are things people do that piss you off. When people do them, you're like, ugh, push my buttons. My advice is to stop having buttons. Because at the root of any problem, you can't control anyone else. All you can control is yourself. It's very difficult to be happy and calm and at peace all the time if you're constantly worrying about what everyone else is doing to you. Because no one can do anything to you unless you let them. I know it's hard when someone's really annoying, and I'm not saying I don't get pissed off and people don't annoy me. It's just something to keep in mind that all of these things that annoy you, you decide to let them. I recently saw a family member I haven't seen in a long time. I was wearing silver nail polish. For whatever reason, he looked at my silver nail polish and he said, "Silver?" Normally, I would kind of get upset that that family member thought my nail polish was silly or childish or whatever I was gonna attach to that, to him saying that to me. Instead, I leaned in and went, "It goes with everything." He just laughed because there was nothing he could do. I didn't take him seriously. I didn't take the situation seriously, so he couldn't push my button because my button wasn't there. Hopefully that helps. Thanks for that question. Let's get the next one. It's Lily asked, how can I be sure if a major is right for me? Short answer, you can't. I think a lot of people go into college thinking that they need to know what their major is, and obviously everyone's asking about it, and guidance counselors, and you have to make all these decisions. And looking back on that, for me, I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just sort of chose the broad category of communications. I took a lot of different classes. I thought I was gonna go into radio, then I thought I was gonna do journalism, then I thought I was gonna do PR. I sort of stumbled across doing videos because I was making a silly video for my friend's band for a song called Two Girls Kissing Gives Me a Boner. I spent 3 hours in Windows Movie Maker making them basically a slideshow of a bunch of pictures. That was a fun Google experience. I just had so much fun doing it that I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. Shortly after, they changed their curriculum so that you could declare a concentration in your major, so I picked digital filmmaking because it was something that I really enjoyed. If you were to major in something, go to grad school, get out of school, get a job, find out that you hate it, life is not over. There's plenty of time to come up with something else that you enjoy doing more and switch careers. People do it well into their 50s. There's this concentration on college like it's when you have to decide about the rest of your life and that's it. And it's just not true. Sure, it helps to go to school for the thing that you want to do and learn lots about it, but I think people place way too much emphasis on choosing correctly, because how the hell are you supposed to know what you want to do with the rest of your life when you're 18? If it doesn't work out, you can always switch something else later. Rented asked, how do you become noticed in the comedy community? I think the surest way to get noticed is to create funny things. While that seems daunting, it's just true, because you can't really expect to get noticed by other comedians that you respect without creating things for them to respect you for creating. If you're saying like you want to be in comedy and you want other people to notice your stuff, just be the creative, don't be the fan. I think a lot of people maybe just try to get close to people who are famous or who are doing well, and they aren't necessarily creating anything of value themselves. Very repellent to anyone who's successful to have someone kind of trying to leech off of them. It's not going to build you up in anyone's head. Really, the only way to get noticed is to get respect, and the only way to get respect is to create things that other people will like. First and foremost, things that you like and things that you think are funny. You have to work on developing your own brand of comedy. 100 Cups of Coffee asks, how do I handle working, going to nursing school full-time, helping my son with his homework and soccer schedule without losing my mind, and keeping my relationship with my husband? Well, I know all about this because I got a husband and kids. Nope. I will say this, cut yourself a break. And by that I just mean, don't think that you need to be Superwoman here, because when your life is that full of different things that you care about and that you want to do well, if you try to do everything perfectly, you're never going to be happy, you're never going to be content, because it's impossible to do everything perfectly. I'd say definitely you need to schedule in time alone. The idea of getting up a little earlier in the morning before everyone's awake. And this is an idea I got from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, which is awesome. To get up super early before everyone else starts their day and have some time to yourself where you can maybe read, have some tea, or meditate, or do anything that's calming and it's just you, and you don't have to be worrying about anyone else's schedule, you just focus on yours. And definitely also building in time alone with your husband. This is about structure more so than being Superwoman and getting everything done. I think it's definitely more about calming down and realizing that you need to make time for certain things so that you don't go crazy. See how it changes the way that you feel after you start adding those things into your schedule. Emily says hi. Would you like to come say hi? Hi, Kara. It's Emily, my assistant. And my friend. Next question. Brown Coat by Night asks, how do you deal with people that you're not keen about that want to be your friend? I think that in that situation, honesty is key, because you don't want to get stuck hanging around with people that don't add to your overall happiness or stress you out, or who you don't really vibe with anymore. Maybe you've grown out of the friendship over the years and you're only friends now because you've just known each other for so long. For me, going away to school and then graduating school after I made those new friends there, it kind of broke up the monotony of any relationships I was in that I wasn't super happy about because of the distance. It's a little easier to move on and meet new people. Don't ever feel like you have to be friends with anyone, because it's your life. You're never bound by someone else's wishes. You're only bound by your own. If these people want to be, or this person or people want to be friends with you very badly, you gotta be honest with them. It's definitely not an easy thing to do, but you wanna be spending your time with people that you wanna be spending time with. If you're always spending time with people that you don't really wanna be with, you're not leaving yourself open to meet people that you do. Best Sama asked about careers. Should I go for intellectually challenging and no money, or easy and repetitive but semi-passionate and a lot of money? Whenever anyone asks me this question, which is pretty often, I always say, well, you're asking because you know the answer. There are tons of jobs anyone could take that would earn them a lot of money, or there's tons of paths you could take in school and end up with some desk job that you're earning 6 figures or more and it's very cushy, but you have to go drink yourself into oblivion after work because you hate it so much and you can't wait for your vacation. And that's just the opposite of everything I believe in and everything that my life is about. So I will of course advise you to go for the thing that is intellectually challenging and therefore more interesting. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not gonna make money at that thing at all. Usually there's some hidden way to monetize everything, even if it doesn't seem very obvious, and especially if it's not something that everyone else is doing, because that's usually where we get hung up. Like, we don't see examples of these things from other people, so it's really scary to push past that unknown and actually go for something that isn't a conventional job. If you email me, I will send you lots of different links to books about this exact topic that might kick you in the ass a little and help you make that decision. So that's all I have for now, because this is a lot of questions. I think next time I might just do one. I didn't expect this many. Next week, if you want a question answered in the video, let me know. Send me an email and we'll do this again next time. Either next week or the week after, I'm gonna do another one of these videos with my boyfriend Justin where we answer relationship questions. Bye friends.
Oh my God, it's a lot again. You're freaking out right now. Look at your face.